I started being hit on to run for office. Richard, you ever think about running for office? And Richard, you ought to run for office. Richard, you ought to do that. And I said, Laura and I started, no, should we, what? Should we step up? Should we do something? We decided we would pray on it, and we would talk with close friends. And really started being hit on. And finally we just said, whoa, let's just kind of hold off here. Let's get through the July 4th event. And then we had the kids going to a Y camp, and my son was going on a mission trip. And Laura and I said, well, we'll go to D.C. and we'll have a time of prayer and fasting and see if this is a call for our family. And we did that. I got to admit that the first couple days, we spent the day up on the lawn of the Capitol. Anyone go to the 9/12 D.C. event? Isn't that great? That was so cool. Well, right where that stage was where we kind of just, we were laid out there and in prayer and just, checking things out and listening and thinking on this kind of a thing. And I have to be honest, very honest, that the first couple of days I didn't want anything to do with this. It's all the bureaucracy, and it's crazy. And we did do one touristy thing, that we took the little tour of the Capitol. If you guys ever done anything like that, it's kind of cool. And somewhere through the week, it finally hit us. We never saw a burning bush. Laura was hoping to get to direct. You see a burning bush, Richard, go to the Senate. Nothing like that. So nothing spooky or fun to say. But a feeling did wash over me that I need to stand in the gap. And we came back home, and I'm just, I'm a plumber. I started a plumbing company, and that's my dream. And it's amazing that we live in a country where you can do something like that. And I said, Father, if this is part of your plan, you're going to have to help put things together. We get home, and all of a sudden things start being put together. People we never thought we would meet would say, we're looking for someone like you. Me? And so here we are. And we're running for the United States Senate. Talking to all kinds of neat folks. Already we've been all over the state. People just saying, tell it like it is, Richard. Just tell it like it is. And we had an opportunity to speak at this kind of leadership conference with the Indiana Family Institute, where they had a bunch of college kids in, and all the staffers for the Republican representatives we have now were there. And they wanted to know, what's this Tea Party stuff all about? Who are these Tea Party people? They're kind of freaked out about us. They don't know what to do with us. I think as it was said earlier, the party, is kind of about power, and here are all these folks standing up saying, we've had enough of this and enough of that, and then here's this plumber guy standing up saying he's going to run for the United States Senate. Before you know, cats are living with dogs, and dogs are living. The world's gone crazy to them. All right, so they brought us in and wanted us to speak on what the Tea Party was all about, and I did my little spiel, my little song and dance thing there, and then they have a chance to ask questions, just like I think we're going to have a chance. I enjoy that time for you folks to ask me questions. And through this whole time, there was one staffer that was sitting there, and he's with one of the representatives up in northern Indiana. I won't say which one, but he's been sitting there the whole time with his arms crossed, boo-boo lip. I got the real stern lip, look. He's just checking me out. He looked like my 13-year-old son. And finally, he got a chance to ask his question, and he says, why are you teabaggers? That's what he said. Why are you teabaggers so angry? Well, Laura, my wife, was there at that event, and she saw that look in my eye, and I stepped forward, and I said, I'm cool, sweetheart. I'm not going to bite the guy's head off. But first of all, it's not teabaggers, which is a derogatory term. It's tea partiers. And I said, what are we talking about? Angry. I don't see a bunch of angry people. In fact, every event I've been to, everyone's all happy. In D.C., they were singing God Bless America on the metro. It was like Chippendale when you're going through the turnstiles. No, you go for it. No, you go. No, you go. And the locals are, just go! Everybody's all happy and singing. Not one arrest in D.C. Not one arrest. No trash laid all over the place. When we had our event, it's probably the same thing here in Indy at the State House when we had our event. We had a group planning on spending 2 hours to pick up all the garbage. You know, there wasn't one water bottle left. We had 15,000 people there. There wasn't one water bottle. We had insurance because we were afraid that the bushes would be trampled and everything. I'm thinking, oh, here we go. We have to buy all these new bushes. There wasn't one bush crumpled. You're angry. There ain't no angry people. Even when they boo with a smile. Boo! I'm saying boo! There's nobody angry. We just want our country back. You know? Then he asked me, well, where have you and these other Tea Partiers been? I said, where have we been? Yeah. You know, have you been volunteering for campaigns and you know, working with the Republican Party? I said, working with the Republican Party? We've been busy working our jobs. Taking care of our families, paying our bills, paying our taxes. In fact, we want to know where you've been. We entrusted you. We entrusted you to go to D.C. and have our back. And here our grandchildren are enslaved with a debt they'll never be able to repay. Where you been? Well, about that time we lost eye contact. I think we got the point across. And it was a much friendlier discussion from there on out. And they asked, you know, so what do they want? What do these Tea Partiers want? I said, well, they want their country back. You know? They want to stop all this crazy spending. You know, where our children and grandchildren will never be able to pay it back. We want to get back to the Constitution of the United States of America. You know, it's just really pretty simple. This is the rule book. It's the playbook. You know, we got it hanging around our chest, you know, like the offensive coordinators do. You know, it's our playbook right here. It's just really that simple. You know, we want to be heard. You know, when did we become a people or a nation? When those that represent us, along with the President of the United States of America, gets up in front of a historical joint session of Congress just a couple weeks ago and points his finger in the chest of the American people and says, if you don't get in line, I'm calling you out. If you don't step in line, if you don't listen to what I have to say, if you don't follow, I'm calling you out. That's right, bring it on. And that's what we say. And that's why we're here. So in 2010, Mr. Barack Obama, and in my case, Devin Bai, we're not going to be calling you out. We're going to be throwing you out.